everybody. Welcome back to the Blind Press YouTube channel. Sorry, I have been MIA for a bit. I was over on Twitch for a couple of streams, and I was also sick over the weekend, and I think I'm getting sick again because I can feel my throat getting a little sore, getting a little tight. My youngest has been sick for the past 3 days, so I think I caught it from him. But I'm hoping it will just be a light cold. Because last time I got sick, I got fucking pneumonia. So let's hope that this time it's a lot better than it was in November. Because November was brutal. Oh my god. Just all of November being so fucking sick was ridiculous. I hope everybody is also staying warm and safe. I don't know if this storm that we are getting is big enough to affect the eastern seaboard of the States at all, but we're supposed to be getting a lot of snow. Toronto is supposed to be getting like 40 centimeters, which is like, let's see, there's 30 centimeters and 12 inches. So over a foot for Toronto. We're supposed to be getting something like 25 centimeters which is just under a foot. And this is all overnight, and it's supposed to continue in the morning. So it's an interesting storm. And who knows how bad it'll be for us, because things tend to blow kind of around us. It's kind of weird where we are. We kind of get like the edge of storms. So this one but it seems to be, we've gotten like just over an inch already in the last like hour or so. So it's happening. The storm is here. And so I've got some stuff for us to go over. And then later on we'll be doing some gaming. And I'll be hopefully not passing out like I did last night when I got this, Pincalo got me this tea that is like chamomile, lavender, passion fruit, turmeric, and something else. Cinnamon, I think. Anyway, it's very good for sleep. And I drank a cup of it a little bit too early last night, and I was just done. I was very, very done by the time it's usually time for me to stream anything gaming wise. I was just ready for sleep. And so I'm drinking some regular caffeinated tea right now. And hopefully it will keep me awake and help my throat for the stream. So let's see here. We've got 4 videos to go over. Before I do, oh my god, I had some really funny comments in the last video I did. Apparently somebody with no content can't believe that I have 1,400 subscribers and that people listen to me about trade, and I'm like, dude, I'm just a layman giving my thoughts on this shit. I'm not pretending to be an economist. I've never said I was an economist. I never said I was a trade expert. And then somebody else is like, I hear Russia is looking for trading partners. It's like this whole this whole "it must be us or nobody else" from some American people is very interesting to me. Um, just the and now, like, as Pincalo was like saying to me when we were talking about this, and he'll probably pop his head in and explain it better than I can, but um, it's really interesting that globalism is now a good thing. Apparently, that Trump is doing it. It's a good thing, and it I can't remember exactly how he explained it, but it kind of makes sense. Like the fact where, oh, let's buy Greenland, let's buy Panama, let's make Canada a 51st state. Let's go put our troops in Gaza. Like, why are we spreading the American culture everywhere? Like, is this what we need to be doing? Like, why are why does the world need to be American? I don't understand. Um, I don't understand the thought process behind that. So that's just that was something that we were talking about the other day, um, and he's not wrong. When you sit and think about it, and people are gonna get mad at me, and because I've noticed that the minute I say something about Trump or Elon Musk, people don't like it. Uh, it's very interesting, but I'm going to say what I need to say because that's what needs to happen. You can't just, oh, I'm afraid people won't watch me, so I'm not going to say what needs to be said. No, that doesn't work. You can't just shut yourself down because you're afraid that people won't listen to you, or like won't watch you. So this is what I think about the whole situation, and I wanted to bring up what was going on in my comments section from my last video because I thought it was very, very funny that a video that has 20 views or so has like 11 comments on it, and only 2 of them are from me replying to um, replying to people who have said some pretty silly things. So yeah, that's been going on today. Let's quickly do while before we get into everything, let's jump over here to Reddit and do some sharing. Some sharing while I'm still on solo cam. Do 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 do. Where is it? Where's content creators? There we go. Add tags and flair. Yes, we have to do that. It is required for this thread. So I've also decided to get a doctor's appointment to talk to her about a possible change of combination of anti-inflammatory and muscle relaxant, because these ones I've probably developed a pain tolerance to because they don't seem to be working and it sucks. So yeah, that's what I'm doing next Tuesday. Next Tuesday morning. And yeah, that's hopefully uh hopefully we'll get things sorted out. Ah, that's not how you spell hi. There we go. There we go. Oops. Done. Post. Okay. Now, here we go. Let's go back over to YouTube. Like I said, I've got a few videos. Some of them are a bit long. Fury Kitten. Hello. How are you tonight? Or this morning for you? Oh yeah, and I also have a bottle of wine. I'm not sure if I'm going to open it tonight or wait till Friday. It's called Poke the Bear or Don't Poke the Bear. Hold on. What's it called? Don't Poke the Bear, I think. Let's see. This is the bottle of wine that I got as a Valentine's Day present from wonderful Pink Hollow. So I've got that too. It is only just this morning, sort of awake still. Yeah. Yeah, I feel that. I had some sleepy time tea a little bit too early last night, and I was sleepy time. I was ready for sleepy time a little bit too early, so but I'm ready now to do a stream, and let's see. Hopefully, while I'm yammering, hold on, let's see here. Are you still in town?
Moose, please.
The moose is on the other desk, I think.
Right in your hand.
Oh.
To the right. Up over the flower. Thank you.
So yeah, I was just talking about...
Stop saying,
Sorry. I was talking about...
Whoops.
Whoops.
It's already shared.
Oh, good.
Because you have it up on something with a weirdy thing, right? A scandal thingy?
Yeah.
Looks like the right spot. Let me double check. And yep, you're on the right screen. Cool. It was already shared. I didn't have to come in here.
Awesome. So it looks like the update fixed everything.
I doubt it.
I'm gonna hope so. I'm gonna hope so. But we're not gonna do the Sweet Baby Ink one first. We're gonna do Abba and Preach first. Because I want to save the Sweet Baby Ink thing for a little bit later. So this video is going to be a little bit interesting because apparently this guy is kind of a jerk, but this video kind of, the title of this video kind of caught my attention because Pink Hollow was very helpful and instrumental in helping me lose the weight that I did lose before I put it all back on and let myself get depressed and stop working out and let my back pain get the better of me. But yeah, So this video is called "Man Helps Wife Lose Weight, Internet Loses Its Mind," which, like, Pinkalo used to get told so many mean things. You know, oh, you're so mean to her. You're pushing her too hard. Blah blah blah. All these stupid infantilizing things. Thank you, TikTok. Um, and they would be really shitty to Pinkalo for just trying to push me a little bit harder and help me. So I wanted to talk about this video and kind of cover it because this kind of hits home for me a little bit.
All right. Got some marriage stuff right up your alley.
Everything is just right up my alley, right?
Yeah, marriage and white women.
My wife was in impeccable shape when I met her. She was a powerlifter as well.
Oh, yeah.
In great shape. So strong. She had kids. She was still in good shape. But I kind of let off the gas. I was just like, I'm just not... She'll come to exercising on her own. Until I realized, I was like, no. I needed to be the one to say, hey, babe, like, it's okay for you to focus on you. I want you to do this, and I'm going to help you do this. It's not because I needed her to be more attractive, but it's also important for her to be healthy and to show our daughters what it's like for a woman to take care of herself.
And that was why Pinkalo pushed me, because it was, you need to be healthy for you. When the doctors look at your back and whatever, you don't want them to be like, oh, well, if you lost some weight, your back wouldn't hurt. And we proved that that's not the problem, because I lost weight and my back still hurt. In fact, that's one of the big reasons why I stopped exercising, because despite losing all the weight, my back got worse. And when I was exercising one day, I actually really hurt my back really badly. And I've been kind of afraid to get into it again. Cannibalistic Wizard! What's up, dude?
And to be good with her food, which she is.
Yeah.
And to exercise and take care of her body, which she now does with our daughters present. It's beautiful.
The way you did that with your wife was with gentleness and love.
Yeah.
You didn't shame her. You didn't make her feel bad.
No.
Yeah.
I don't think that's going to work.
No, it doesn't work. Let alone it being a dick thing to do. It's also...
It doesn't work.
Yeah.
But
it doesn't work, because it just gets your back up against the wall if somebody shames you. It's just, it doesn't work. It's to shame anybody into doing anything that you want them to do just never works. Like, you don't shame somebody into quitting smoking. You don't shame anybody into not eating or eating healthily. You don't shame people. Like, it doesn't work.
But what I'll go as far as saying, and this might sound controversial, it's like if your wife is overweight, then that's part of the failed leadership on your part.
Hashtag Catholic.
Right? Jesus. Gotta love him.
Hashtag Catholic. That's funny. I don't think I would go as far as to say if your wife is overweight, it's part of, like, your failed leadership. I think that's, like, some alpha male bullshit, Chad nonsense that doesn't need to be spouted. But I think most of what he said made sense.
So, thoughts on what this guy's saying?
Everybody got their way of doing their things, I guess. I ain't got no thoughts, provoking thoughts about what he said, and that's how we deal with it. Great. Actually, I gotta say to your wife that she's fat without saying that she's fat. Is that what it is?
Yeah.
But there is a way to call it out and talk about it and be like, hey, honey, like Pinkalo and I had to do it to each other. Like, it wasn't like he didn't gain weight either. Like, we both had to be like, hey, sweetheart, you need to watch the pounds a little. Like, we didn't say it like that, obviously, but like, honey, do you think maybe part of why you're in pain or part of why your health is bad is because maybe you've put on a little bit of extra weight? Like, that type of way. You don't have to be like, hey, asshole, hey, fatso, fatty, fat. Get on the treadmill. You know, like, you don't have to be that derogatory. But you
Isn't
do
that
have
a lot
to
of things in
figure out
relationships?
how to
Not about
talk
what you say,
about
but
it.
how you say it. Right.
Sure.
So is he essentially is what he's doing wrong?
I don't think it's wrong. Everybody wants to have conversation in their relationship until it's time to have a conversation. And then when it's about them, they're like, well, you can't. No, you want to have a conversation. You're asking me all the time, oh, what you thinking? What you thinking? And then I can't say shit. Yeah.
That's a good point. What are you thinking? Okay, well, here, let me tell you what I'm thinking. And then they get mad. You're yelled at for saying what you're thinking.
Sometimes it's about you. Sometimes I gotta say some stuff about you. Sometimes you gotta say some stuff about me.
Yeah.
That's what a relationship is. I don't think what you just doing is wrong. No.
Gotcha. All right.
So,
well, a lot of ladies were not happy with this conversation.
they're not gonna. I don't expect them to be happy because you're supposed to always love your life and love your wife and not say shit.
But that's not like that's what pisses me off about a lot of women, right? They want their husbands to love them for everything about them all the time, no matter what, right? Let their husband fuck up one time about something stupid small, right? Let their husband miss the trash day. Let their husband leave his socks on the couch. Let their husband do something dumb like that and small, right? And holy fuck, nothing gets talked about for the rest of the day. Why are you so dirty? Why are you such a pig? Why are you so lazy? Blah 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 blah. It's oh, put your arms around her. Oh, honey, it's wonderful that I have more of you to love. So much more of you to love now. Oh, that's funny.
But they want communication, right?
Yep.
They want communication. They're the first one to say, "Oh, communicate."
Whoa, chill.
No, I'm not.
No, you're
not
chill.
chilling.
Yeah, you are.
No,
You're chill.
I'm in Miami. I'm in Miami.
Because, preaching this all. I got nothing to say. You know, their life. You know, happy life, happy wife, blah blah blah. And now it's like, the bitches want us to communicate.
That's not what I said.
They want us to communicate.
That's not what I said. I said that in the beginning as well. I said, "Yo, you guys want to conversate, but when it's time to conversate, sometimes it's gonna be about you."
Yep.
Whoa. Can you chill with the pointing?
I'm gonna do whatever.
Can you chill with the pointing? No, but it's true. Sometimes it's about you, and sometimes you don't want to have that conversation, but you need to.
Whatever the fuck I want because I'm in my alley.
Listen,
you're gonna respect
do
my
that with your
alley.
wife. I married to you.
I don't do that to my wife. I do that to people that are not. And you're gonna accept
I do
that.
that to people that
Okay,
are not
get
my
too close to
wife.
my eyes.
I point at people that are not my wife. That's funny. I like, this is why I watch these videos, because they make me smile, they make me laugh, and we need more of that.
With a finger.
Uncle, with you, when you're manhandling and pointing
I
at
don't point. I don't point.
Oh no!
I never do this. I never do that.
See, communication.
All right.
Sometimes you need to communicate. But no, of course you're not going to be. These people are not going to be happy. They're not going to be happy. I understand that.
Yeah.
These people are also not in that relationship. They're not. Is a woman complaining? No, she's not.
That was the biggest thing about the comments on TikTok about, like, driving ape either pushing me too hard or exploiting me or whatever it was, that I would be like, dude, do you see me complaining about it? Do you see me acting abused? Do you see me like any of this? Oh, well, you don't know that you're being exploited or abused. Oh, fuck off. You know what I mean? Just like, what do you mean I don't know? I'm pretty sure I would know.
Y'all want communication, but when it's time to communicate, sometimes the communication is gonna be about you. Yo, you fart a lot. We need to do something about your diet. There's something off. Yeah. And when you fart, shit, if it smells like something is dying, like you ate something and it died in your intestines and now you're shitting it out. You're rotting from inside. We got to do something about that.
Okay. That's one example. That is an example. Preach, yes.
Quietly saying that you only love your girl for how she presents herself and not who she is.
No, that's not what I said.
Yeah.
No, that's not what I said.
I love how Abba's taken the other.
I disagree, and I wrote a comment.
Of course, yes, you're entitled to you're, and all these people, you're entitled to be offended. You're entitled to be offended. It doesn't make you right, okay? You have the right, you're not right.
Yes. You have the right to be incorrect about this situation. You have the absolute right to be wrong about being offended.
Okay? But all that to say, yeah, I can understand there's some people that's going to rip them off the wrong way because they never had these conversations with people. And some of these people rather have these conversations with their girlfriends and with all their friends, with everybody but the people that's concerned. Yeah. I understand that it's going to be very jarring. Oh my God, it's talking about the body image and this and that and the third. But yeah, you can have these conversations. You definitely have these conversations. I don't think he's doing anything wrong.
All right, well, let's read some of the reactions of people and then we can kind of get a gauge for...
Boy.
Sure.
Oh boy, this is gonna be good. We're only 4 minutes into a 15-minute video. These reactions are gonna be pretty spicy, I have a feeling.
Top comment reads, dudes, this is the reason chicks hate us, and I don't blame them. And I had to go back and watch the video when I read that. So I was just like,
what did he do?
He said, I had to find ways to be supportive of my wife so that she could find time and encourage herself to take care. I imagine that when he says so she can find time to take care of her body, that means that he's probably going to take on certain labor so that she has freer time and she doesn't feel like she can do that, right?
Right. That makes sense. Right? Like, when I would go to the gym back in the big city we lived in, back when I would go to the gym, like, Pink Hollow would look after the kids so that I could go to the gym. It's like, it's not that big of a deal.
Right?
What was wrong?
Which, after having kids, it can be sometimes very difficult. You become so ingratiated with being a parent, you forgot to be about yourself, right?
Yo.
Now, again, here's the truth about this conversation. There's ways you can engage in this and do it horribly, and there's ways you can engage this and do it really well. 100%. If you are supporting your wife by taking off labor from her so that she has more free time to go to the gym, go to the spa, go do her nails, and go take care of her, how is that a bad thing? Or if you're constantly the person who does all the monetary labor while your mom is a stay-at-home mom and she doesn't have time to go do some of the physical labor to take care of her own body, you know? And then you're just like, well, get in better shape, but you don't find ways to remedy some of that time, then yeah, you could probably come across as an asshole. It really depends. What I'm trying to say is, I could see it going either way. But
it could go either way. But this guy seems like he is, where he is just, like, talking to her and supporting her. It seems like he's just, you know what I mean? It seems like he's not being overly rude.
But it just fascinates me that people who have no idea how this relationship functions are like, you're a manipulator and a piece of shit. It's like, how do you know that?
Not from what I'm hearing.
No.
Not from what I'm hearing. The guy is saying that he's making time. Wait a minute. You need to tell me that what makes girls hate us is the fact that he's trying to take more time and take more chores on his hands for his girl to be able to train and take care of your body. I don't know what's wrong. Maybe I'm on stupid time. I don't know what's wrong with that.
Yeah.
Like you wanted to have kids, now you got kids. Well, if you want her to be able to, feel good about herself and train, you're gonna have to take some of she cannot handle the kids, handle the food, handle the this, and then train at the same time. No, you're gonna have to be, listen, let me just take care of the kids, let me take care of that.
Yeah.
Do a couple of chores.
Exactly. Like, if I went to the gym in the evening after Pincalo got home from work, I would come home and they would be, bathed and shit and ready for bed. And it would be like, okay, now I can put them to bed.
That's your support. It's not even chores. It's not even chores. It's two motherfuckers in the house. Chores are supposed to be done. It's not chores. It's shit you're supposed to do.
He's quietly saying that he loved her body and not her.
No, that's not. Oh my God.
I mean, both matter. And I think he gave a great example of why it matters. It's not just about her being attractive. It's also more so about her setting a good example for their kids and talking about how you should be really focused on taking care of yourself. One thing that's funny, too, is here in the West, we're so about being non-offensive that even when your health is in jeopardy, even when you're not setting a good example for your children, right, you're criticized.
Yeah, it's true. It's very true that it doesn't matter what's going on. It doesn't matter how detrimental your behavior is to yourself or to people around you. Society in the West is like, I don't want to offend. Oh, well, that person is like beating their kids. Yeah, but it's not my business. He's also like raping his wife. Oh, well, it's not, I don't want to offend. I don't want to get involved. You know what I mean? But on the flip side, if you're a disabled person and you're in a healthy relationship that sometimes has some like difficulties, then you're infantilized to holy shit, and you're just told that oh, it's okay, he's abusing you, he's exploiting you, he's like, unless you're in a relationship where you're okay with what's going on, then everybody wants to get involved with your business and try to make it so that your relationship isn't okay, so that you can then be the victim.
For even trying to change that.
Well, you know what?
But, you guys travel out here and people just tell you you're fat, you need to get your shit together. And your whole family will say.
Yeah. My aunt is Russian. And she showed up to visit her grandparents, and like, she looked amazing, right? But her grandmother was like, you look like skinny monkey, is what she was told. And it's like, oh, okay. Like, there was no like beating around the, oh, you should really have some more food. No, you look like a skinny monkey. It's just, oh, Jesus Christ. Okay.
And that's the other extreme of the conversation. Wherever we're here, nobody, not even your partner, can say something to you, right? Nope. God forbid anyone else in your extended family says anything. In other parts of the world, everybody has a say in it, and everybody holds you to account. And guess what? In those parts of the world, I'll say this right now, they don't have fat people like we got them right here. Nope. I'm not saying their way of doing things is perfect. I'm saying your way of doing things is definitely wrong.
That's true. That is true. In the places where you're more societally held to account, there's far less obesity. Where
nobody can say anything, not even your partner can come to you in discretion and say, hey, how can we find ways so that you can really focus on your physical fitness, because I know it's important to you. No, you piece of shit. You guys are mentally ill.
No, they just weren't raised right. And you don't have models. We don't have models of how is it to be raised, having conversation and stuff like that. We don't have.
That's because in the West, the whole concept of the family has just been destroyed. And it's all about, we can do this stuff on our own. We don't need support till we do, right? And then it's like, why am I all alone?
You don't have these models. Well, some of y'all don't. When you live in a household that has these models where people conversate and have talks, sometimes very difficult talks, very difficult discussions. It is super difficult, but you have to have them. That's how you're able to grow. Fuck, I'm not saying that people are perfect or I'm perfect or anybody's perfect, but Jesus Christ, you can't even talk to a motherfucker? The person that's supposed to talk to you is your significant other. That's the other person that you spend most time with.
And that's why it seems like, Pink Hollow and I argue a lot, but because we're talking about sometimes very uncomfortable stuff because it has to be talked about, right? It was 18 years for our anniversary last Sunday. 18 years, or not this past Sunday, but the Sunday before, right? So we have a lot of shit to talk about, right? And a lot of like good shit to talk about and a lot of hard shit to talk about. And so like it's not always gonna be like a fun, like fluffy sunshine and rainbows conversation. And it's not always gonna be an easy conversation.
They can't even talk to you about, oh, shit is broken. Are you good?
Yeah.
Me, I'm good.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You feeling great?
Yeah, I think it's
How's your health?
I was like, what?
Why are you discussing this publicly?
You good?
None of your fucking business.
Yeah, because I'm not his girlfriend. But if I was, maybe we would have this conversation. I don't care either.
I mean, you could ask your friends too, and I don't think it's that crazy, provided they're coming from a place of understanding and not anything malicious. It's fine.
Yeah.
She really wrote that. She wrote that. I did not add.
It's very important that you. No.
You don't talk publicly about your wife's weight and body, bro.
He didn't.
Well, he didn't. I don't think he said, she used to lift a lot after the kids. That kind of stopped. He didn't be like, yo, this bitch turned like a balloon.
No, he didn't. He wasn't like obscene about her weight. He wasn't obscene about her body either way. What is wrong with these people?
Yo, girl came in shaped like an hourglass, and after two kids, hey, she came in like a minion.
You guys are.
She came in like a strawberry. It's just all lower half and like the way people react to the most.
She came in like a strawberry is wild.
Do you see it? You see it though, right?
All top.
Okay.
It's because you guys are so triggered, you don't even understand what he said. It's not even about what he said. It's about how you feel.
Yeah. It's true. It is completely about how they feel. It is completely about how they feel about the situation. And how they feel about how he spoke about his wife. And how he spoke about her weight. And her, it is their own baggage. That's the word I'm looking for. It's their own baggage that they're projecting onto this relationship.
It's about how you feel.
This is a fascinating conversation. So some women disagreed in the comment section, even though they weren't popular comments. Sorry, this guy's just a nope. But moving on, next one. I don't understand the comment section. I don't want my man to motivate me to be healthy and fit. I love working out, but it's a habit that can be formed. It can be broken as well. And when it's broken, I'd want him to motivate me to get back in it. Because everything is just better than you working out regularly. Your sleep, your mood, your overall energy levels, your focus, and your overall quality of life. And
she's not wrong about that. And Pink Hollow has been lately saying, honey, we got to figure out a way for you to get back into working out even though you're in pain, because I'm starting to see, like, and I'm starting to feel like I've got this back, right? I'm over 150 pounds again, right? And he's not going like, oh, you've gotten fat and you're ugly and blah, blah. He's not saying any of that. He's just like, hey, I'm worried. That's all.
And then this woman replies, do you hear the key words in what you're saying? You just said it's what you want. Your husband isn't coming over you and be like, babe, you need to exercise. I promise it's different when you want something and you tell your husband you want his support versus him putting an expectation on.
You don't know any better. It's what you want, but you don't know that woman over there wants the same thing. Fuck off.
But he's not putting an expectation. She had something that she was doing.
Yeah.
Hey, man, the wife is not complaining, man. People love... Anyways, that is the ramification of putting your business outside. People are going to be in your business not knowing what the fuck
and you know what I love about ladies, too, when they say this shit? It's like women will be very comfortable telling you about how you should dress.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They'll tell you about how you should present yourself outwardly and go into the world.
It's true. A woman will happily, and it's acceptable for her to look at her husband and, you're not wearing that outside, are you? You're not wearing that tie with that shirt, are you? You're not wearing those socks with those shoes, right? Right? It's perfectly normal and acceptable for a wife to be that much of a cunt when it comes to what her husband is wearing out of the house, right? But one time, though, does the husband say, hey, honey, I don't think that outfit works. And it's a whole fight for hours.
But God forbid you have a very cordial, respectful conversation about, like, how can we meet each other's health goals and stuff.
I have a question.
Vas-y.
During the years.
Many years.
The years that we had this channel.
Uh-huh.
How many comments about your hair from people you know jack fucking shit about have you received?
And listen, if I had enough fingers to count the times,
You'd look ugly
I'd
as
be
fuck.
just fingers.
You'd be just fingers. Okay, apparently people don't like his hair, alright? I'm not entirely sure why, but...
I'd be just fingers. There would be no ABBA. It'd be just fingers sprawling out this bitch like I'm a fucking Silent Hill character.
The number of comments that I've received about my weight, my glasses, my fit, my wear, my mustache, my no mustache when I don't wear one, when I shave, my hair, everything.
How many times do women come out and say, oh, I upgraded my man's wardrobe. Since he met me, he styles himself better.
Yep.
He does this better. He does that
Yep.
better. And nobody over here being like, oh, how manipulative and controlling
Yep.
she is.
No. But in your...
But if a man was like, I upgraded my wife's wardrobe and she knows to dress, like she dresses better with me around and like all this shit, he would be the biggest fucking narcissist ever. Like, it would be insane the level of narcissism this guy would be exuding.
Your eyes.
Yes.
In your eyes, clothes is fine.
Yes.
Okay? Hair is fine.
Yes.
But my weight, that's off limit.
And
because I'm very insecure about that. Ever seen the man? Oh, it's about the more insecurity. You see that guy?
I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, whatever. It's just because it's just like a drunk uncle when it's just like a drunk uncle in Christmas. It's funny until he touches you, right?
It's just interesting that there's this parallel.
It's funny
where
until he touches you.
This
Holy
topic is
shit,
so
dude.
off topic. Even the most respectful manner, in between a husband and a wife, who should be always holding each other accountable and having these kind of conversations. This is somehow unacceptable. Again, it's not acceptable to the duo in the relationship. It's unacceptable to everyone else who's not part of that dynamic.
Yeah. And it's always those people that shove their noses into things after, and it's usually after somebody's like, hey, how do you have such a successful relationship, right? So you You get asked a question about your relationship, and then you answer it, and then you get told how much of a piece of shit you are.
That's just fascinating
Like,
to me.
what?
You listen, if I was letting myself go, I hope my girl says something. I hope my girl says something. The same way if I'm walking out and I got something between my, I hope my girl says something. Don't just let me walk out here looking goofy and all fucked up. I understand shit happens. Maybe I lost my job. Maybe I'm depressed. Maybe I'm going through it.
Say something.
Work with me. Don't pretend it's not happening.
Oh, please.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I'm blind. Do you think Pinkala's gonna let me walk out, like, in stuff that doesn't match style-wise? No. He's not gonna just let me just go out all ridiculous looking.
Oh, please.
Because I know it's happening.
Say something.
And you not saying nothing not gonna help me either.
Say something. So who can say something?
What the
Nobody?
What the fuck is
So
point of
help him if he asks her to at least wear undies with her stripper outfit.
through sickness and health if you're not gonna help me through the sickness? If you're not even gonna talk about it.
Yeah.
Yo, what happened to communicating? I thought y'all wanted that. Ain't that what they said?
That's the first thing they say. That's the first thing they say. I want someone that is emotionally able to communicate or someone that's emotionally available. But when you got that, it's like, I've seen this clip from, I don't remember what, but it was like, yeah, okay, y'all want people that are emotionally mature and people that want to communicate. You don't even know what to do with them.
No. They don't. They don't know how to handle people who actually want to sit and communicate and have a conversation, whether it be hard or not.
Once you get that, you don't know what to do with that, because someone that's going to be emotionally mature is not going to be able to deal with your bullshit. It's going to tell you that. It's going to be able to tell you, hey, you're stepping off the line. You don't even know what the hell to do with that. Y'all want communication. You don't even know what to do with the communication when the communication happens. Oh my God.
Yeah.
I don't know what to do with these letters. It's telling you to pay your taxes. Pay your taxes.
You think you're such a good person?
I'm not.
You think you're such a good person because you try to help your girl get healthy? You're a piece of shit. Yeah, you want her to live a long life? You.
Yeah, exactly, right? You want to help the mother of your children live a better life and be a better person? Nah, fuck you, you abusive piece of garbage.
Fuck you.
That makes no sense.
Yeah.
Don't ever put your finger out again, all right? That's my thing.
Misogynistic pig trying to control shit, trying to control her lifespan. If she want to die early, let her. Just because she your wife, don't mean she yours. She belongs to God and everybody else.
Exactly. Just because she's your wife, that doesn't mean you have the right to make sure she lives a happy life and a healthy life. Oh my lord. That was too funny. That was so funny. This is why I enjoy these videos, these Abba and Preach videos. And I was glad that we started off I'm glad we started off the stream with that video. Because we're gonna get into our longer videos now. We're gonna get into our... Let's see, what should we do first? Let's do our Asmongold stuff first. This one's called I'll Just Address This. And I was going to watch this on stream yesterday, but I didn't do a stream yesterday. So, we'll do it now. Okay, let's put this on that screen because Asmongold won't hit me for streaming his shit. So here we go.
Obviously, there's people that are getting pissed off about what I'm saying, and it's really no surprise. This is the part about me.
Or people are very excited to see the corruption being weeded out. Let's see what Vosh had to say, who's a very left-leaning political commentator.
A very left-leaning political commentator. That is the understatement of the century about Vosh.
and streamers.
Forgive me for being a bit self-centered for a moment. I'm sorry. I apologize. I know. They say privileged streamer. My job could go out like that. You know how crazy things are getting over here? Literally, like, at any moment. You know that?
Oh, please, Vosh. I'm pretty sure your streaming career is fine. What's gonna happen? Are you gonna... Is somebody gonna make you stop streaming? Is the government gonna make you stop streaming?
They could just say, hey, YouTube, it's un-American of you to allow left-leaning people to post videos. These communist videos are pro-China. Kablamo, I'm out. And that's a little...
I really can't have a single fucking shred of sympathy for this shit because
No, I can't either.
these were the same people that were pushing for everybody to get demonetized and deplatformed during COVID.
Exactly. These people, like, Vosh wanted what he just complained about happening to him to happen to everybody that was center of his position, let alone on the right. Oh my God.
For pushing what's considered misinformation, for questioning the election, or for saying that COVID isn't the way the government says it is. Like, I'm sorry, but, like, it's bad that I don't want to see Vosh get demonetized or kicked off the platform. Like, I'll say this.
No. I don't like Vosh at all, right? But that doesn't mean I don't think he deserves to not have a platform.
But I really don't have a lot of sympathy for him either, because like this was something that like he promoted and he supported. I know a lot of people do, but like I'm just giving you my opinion, right? This is my opinion. And anyway, I see this happen, and it's like now the shoe's on the other foot. You actually think you're gonna get kicked off of YouTube for being un-American? Like, by the
That is ridiculous. Vosh warning, you have 3 minutes to hit sufficient blood alcohol levels before you do not head desk. Well, there's wine or whiskey, so if y'all want me to start opening the shots, there's streamlabs.com/blindpress.
By the way, how fucking retarded, like, you really think this is gonna happen?
Right?
It's a fucking delusion, man. Like, chill out. You can't get kicked off of YouTube for that. Now, that other thing he did. I mean, if you didn't get kicked off for that, you shouldn't worry about...
All my life, I've been told to treat others how you want to be treated, but after the last 16-ish years, I'm treating you how you treat
this.
Well, scary. It's literally, like, there's no... Like, it's a day-by-day thing. I wake up every morning and I check.
Not.
So, I'm just saying, in the meantime... Maybe I'm a little bit more like and subscribey than usual.
Oh, Vosh, please. Vosh, please. It's day by day. It's day by day. I don't know each day if I'm going to be allowed to stream anymore. Fucking shut up.
You have a backup platform you're planning to go to if shit hits the fan? Yeah, there's a corner under, like, right next to the 5 in downtown Seattle that I don't usually see other people panhandling on.
Smart.
Nice.
There you go.
So, how odd to see USAID getting slashed, and immediately people like Vosh are saying they're worried about the fact they might be panhandling soon as a result of everything going on.
I, by the way, don't think Vosh was getting any money from USA.
Vosh is a great source of income for others as local farmers. Exactly. They won't shut Vosh down.
AID, like, I don't think that's what was happening. I think he's just worried that there's a culture shift happening and he could be on the receiving end of it.
I agree. I think he's being hyperbolic about it, but if he genuinely thinks that he's not going to be able to stream anymore because of Trump, then he's absolutely out to lunch delusional.
That's really what I think he was saying.
Here. Well, for people like Vosh, I guess this is a taste of the other side.
Come on. He was, like, I don't know. I think that's a big accusation to make. We'll see what happens. Maybe he was. I don't think he was.
Everything going on
There's
here.
an audit,
well,
right?
for people like Vosh, I guess this is a taste of the other side, where
Yeah.
a lot of conservatives were being deplatformed
Exactly.
and
Yeah.
targeted by social media platforms
Exactly.
for years and years. And
Yeah.
now it seems like the pendulum at least is moving away from that side, and it has people like Vosh very shook. But here,
And it should. It absolutely should have people like Vosh shook. Because there's been too much bullshit going on. Too much abuse of power. I'm just hoping that the pendulum doesn't shift too far to the other side. Hyperbolic sounds like a gay metal band.
But here's the other side of the reaction, which is people like Asmongold who are thrilled this is happening. This clip has definitely
He's
gone
thrilled?
viral, and so is his video on the subject. So let's give this small section a listen.
So this is the thing, guys. I want these people to suffer. Because that's what they did to me.
That's easy, but it's true. And they didn't just do it to him, they did it to a whole bunch of other people, and Asmongold isn't even on the right. I would say he's pretty centrist.
I want to set an example. Get rid of these people. Put them, like, completely out of their jobs.
Yeah.
Get rid of them. Make an example of them. Say, listen, this is what by the way, keep in mind, I am the most empathetic streamer. Unironically.
He probably is. If you think about it, he probably is. So when he's saying shit like that, you know it's gotten out of hand.
Happens.
No, it's just
Gamers rise up. What goes around? Yep. What goes around comes around.
And the most
And
humble.
we're coming. Look.
Yeah, that clip actually resonated with a lot of people.
A lot of people were really happy about that clip,
Yeah.
and everybody basically was agreeing with me. Yeah, I mean, there were a few retards that were mad, but other than that, everybody else was happy.
Hey, just imagine for a decade plus, for some people, a good portion of their lives, having your favorite medium, your favorite hobby, constantly targeted by now what we can say are state-sponsored actors.
Yes.
Who are trying everything to subvert your hobby, to demonize you as a person
That's right.
just because you wanted to play some video games.
Yeah. Just because you, instead of wanting to sit down and have your movie just like shown to you on the screen, you wanted to engage in your movie and your story.
It is hard not to feel some sort of negative feeling towards the people.
These are people that tell other cultures how to talk, walk, and behave. Yeah, they tell you everything to do. These are the people that want to tone police you. They want to tell you what words you can and can't say. And then they get surprised when you say that, thank God, you're fucking gone, right? Nobody wants to be told what to do by some retard with an anime profile picture.
Nope.
Nobody.
Responsible for attempting that. And no, I don't even think it's revenge. People are calling this like an attempt at revenge. I don't think
Or
this is
VTuber.
revenge.
Well, y'all listen
I think
to
this
me,
is
not him.
justice. These people are getting
You
what
listen
they
to me.
deserve. They knew exactly what they were doing, and they've been doing it for so long, and they never cared what happened to the people and the industries they were
No, they do care what happened, is that they treated people unfairly, and the hostility and anger that those people were recipients of they were made to be examples.
Yes. All of the things that, like, all of the hostility, all of the animosity directed at the specific people that it was directed at, it was specifically to make an example out of them. And it worked, unfortunately.
They were treated unfairly on purpose
Yep.
to show everybody else this is what happens if you don't do what we want.
Yep. That's exactly it. Here's what happens if you don't play ball.
That's what happened.
for their own agenda. And people are actually disagreeing with this. You can see users like this saying, You guys are.
You said, remember when you said all you have to do to see same system used against you, you just have to wait? I said whenever you build a system in order to oppress people, the only thing that you have to do in order for that system to oppress you is wait.
Yep.
And apparently we didn't have to wait that long.
No. No, we didn't. We and that's the thing about that system is that it waits very, very short amounts of time before it flip-flops and starts oppressing the other side.
Yeah. That was quick.
It was.
Fuck. It's just video games. If it's just video games, well, here's the way I look at it. If it's just video games and you want to fuck with me on that, like, I have the perspective that I don't attack people and I don't do anything unless that I know that I can make a tangible difference and I know that I can really kind of get somebody.
That makes sense. Why would you waste an attack and waste energy on attacking somebody if you didn't have a good reason or a good basis?
So, like, in cases where I think I can make a change, I will push for it a lot. Like, for example, that one guy that made the tweet about killing MAGA people. Well, he's fired from his job. We ruined his life, basically. Yeah. And that's...
Well, because that was wrong. He had no business saying anything like that. Kill your local MAGA. That was ridiculous. He shouldn't be platformed. He shouldn't have a job. No.
And that's a W, right?
Yes.
But I'm not going to complain about somebody unless I can get them all the way. And so I bide my time. I wait until the opportunity is right. And then I take advantage of the opportunity.
Makes sense.
And I enjoy it. Fuck. I love it.
Yeah. Like, there's nothing like taking that opportunity and just swooping in and just making somebody that's wronged you pay.
Genuinely so effing pathetic. It's quite literally just video games. Well, if it's quite literally just video games, then why do you care? Then why are you so happy?
You guys so pathetic, it's quite literally just video games? That's right. And if we're going to ruin your life over video games, then...
If you're going to... First of all, they started ruining our lives over video games first. So, if it's literally just video games, then surely they won't mind having some retaliation.
There you go. Watch out. Just saying. Yeah, we're going to push this. Yeah, if you're going to do that, absolutely. Don't fuck with it. Roach attack. We're coming. Exactly. Yeah.
Agencies and journalists and even governments feel the need to spend so much time and money trying to change video games if they're literally just this irrelevant thing. And this is another appeal to triviality where they're saying, oh, I don't even care. Why do you care so much? Well, clearly users like this.
You're going to try and ruin people's lives over a tweet? Depends on what the tweet is.
Yeah. It really depends on what the tweet. If the tweet is something like "kill your local MAGA," then yeah. If your tweet is something like "trans women aren't women," then no.
In some cases, yeah. If I think I could, I would. Absolutely. Because I don't like it. Why would I allow people to do something that I think is terrible if I could stop it from happening?
That's a good question. Well, what's that saying? The best way for evil to triumph is for good men to do nothing?
Why would I do that? That's it. I mean, like, really, because I mean, like, I'm not talking about people that are. I'm not talking about your traditional DEI enjoyers.
No.
I'm talking about people that are advocating for violence.
Yeah. Like, people who are actively calling for the ending of people. That's who he's talking about when it comes to reporting tweets and having that an effect on people's lives.
Advocating for political terrorism.
Yeah. That's not okay.
If somehow you've created a situation in your mind where I'm the bad guy there, I think that you've got the problem and not me.
True.
I caught a low punny.
Care very much about this topic. Otherwise, they wouldn't be speaking on it.
And also, they do it to me too. They do it to me. Like I always have that viewpoint, right? If somebody do it to me, I'll do it to them. If I can. That's using the same logic, though, isn't it? Yeah, it is.
No, yeah. It's called using their logic against them, and sometimes it's necessary.
You think you want to go to a gunfight with a sword? No, you use a gun.
Nope.
That's how things have been going the last couple of years, and now they're mad that these things are being rejected. They're not going to influence games like they used to, and they get so mad about this fact that they're coping here with a full caps lock meltdown and spurging out about the topic. And I'm sorry, people like this must have gotten bent into a pretzel seeing Asmongold on their timeline, but I think people like this are just mad because they're losing and they can't handle it.
True.
And
I think that's true. I think it's very true. They're losing and they don't know how to handle the loss. They're losing and they don't know how or what is next.
And look at this, 8,500 likes on this tweet. Go through the quotes and the replies. I would say...
No, this person botted the tweet massively. They botted it to have like a bunch of likes.
That's funny.
And the way that I can tell that it was botted is because everybody in the replies is disagreeing with it.
So they botted likes, but everybody that replied with them is like, no, you're an idiot. Stop being an idiot. That's funny.
And everybody in the original tweet was also agreeing with me. So this is what people like, and this is the thing, is that aren't likes private? They are, but you can see how many there are collectively.
That's
many such cases, yes, there are.
At best, 1% of the people agree with this initial take. And that tells me that this is just not
If you
organic.
have to say those things about yourself, it's probably not true about being the most humble and most empathetic.
1% of the people that agreed got picked. That's amazing. We'll ban that guy. Who is that? Who's that in chat? What's his name? Gabe? All right, he's gone. Chat, what's his name? Gabe? All right, he's gone. Of course, his name is Gabe.
But let's move back to this article from Politico. We read a small section from earlier in this video. So they mentioned Gamergate over and over again. One of the biggest proponents of Gamergate, one of the biggest adversaries, if you will, was feminist frequency.
Fucking feminist frequency, man. They were such a cancer back in the day. I remember them quite fondly for the hilarity that they would provide.
Okay, yeah. Feminist frequency, you kind of have to, if you know, you know type thing.
10 years ago.
They were an absolute thorn in the side of gamers for many, many years, and still in many ways are. They have caused untold issues with the gaming spaces and among gaming journalists with their push to basically label particularly...
You know, they went to like the UN to complain about video games?
Yeah.
No, people put up with this shit.
They did. The lefties went to the UN to complain about bullying in video games, and everybody put up with it. And now that the right is standing up and saying, hey, enough's enough, it's apparently horrible.
Male gamers as the enemy is something that needs to be ousted from gaming spaces, and that games need to be adjusted to get away from the male gaze and other things that they coined that are absolute woke nonsense. And it got so bad only, a few years ago, less than a decade ago, you had these people from feminist frequency speaking before the United Nations about this issue involving video games.
They literally went to the UN in 2014 to bitch about bullying in video games.
How does this happen? What the fuck is this?
That is absolutely insane. I can't imagine two more wasteful groups in the world than Feminist Frequency and the United Nations. That is a literal nightmare blunt rotation right there. It is.
It's bad. It is the duality of redundancy.
Insufferable. But yeah, that just goes to show you how far these things can go. And now I'm seeing a lot of people passing around this screenshot of Feminist Frequency receiving about $235,000 in contributions for the year 2024. Now, a lot of people are looking at this and saying, aha, they've been sponsored by the government. Unfortunately, a lot of the screenshots of this particular piece of data, it cuts off the government grants section. And if you see here, it says $0. So they did not receive any direct money from the government. However, I point this out not only to help settle the record, but also to say they have $235,000 worth of private.
I think that it's obvious that the people, like, you don't just randomly get to the UN.
No.
It's very obvious to me that people in the government help them.
Yes. You don't just walk into the UN and be like, I'd like to talk to you about bullying in video games, please. Like, no, that doesn't work.
Like, I'm the kind of guy that if I think something's happening, I'm just going to think it's happening.
Yeah.
And unless you show me direct proof that it's not happening, then I'm still going to believe it's happening. Why? Because I've never been wrong, really. Actually, that's not true. I've been wrong like 3 or 4 times, but I've been right like 100.
That's being right like 100 times and wrong like 4. That's a pretty good ratio.
So yeah, that's the reason.
Investments. First of all, I thought they shut their doors down like a year and a half ago, but people are still paying Feminist Frequency this much money. Why? They're completely and utterly irrelevant. They're a laughing
See,
stock.
that's why I'm the most humble. It's because I did mention the times that I was wrong, and there were cases that I have been wrong.
And that's the important thing to do as the content creator and a streamer, is admit when you're wrong. That's a huge thing to do.
Now, obviously, they're very few, but that is humility.
In for many years. It's baffling that they're still having this stream of income coming in, despite, like I said, I'm pretty sure they shut down their doors about a year and a half ago.
Thank God.
However, people have been digging, and I wanted to show their 2022 financials because this is just, it's unreal. Again, by 2022, they were completely irrelevant, but they had these sorts of numbers. Total revenue of $569,000 just for the year.
Corporate donations. Who's the corporations giving them money?
Yep.
Like, come on. What are we doing?
It's true.
As I said, like...
And I think we're going to finish this off with... I think we're going to skip the rest of this video because it's getting a little bit... I just wanted to cover the part about Asmongold because he's just getting blamed for all sorts of gaming nonsense lately. And it's kind of crazy. Like, all of the stuff that people are blaming Asmongold for just because he exists and talks about it. It's crazy. It's absolutely insane. Okay, I'm going to quickly I'll be right back, go to the bathroom thing, and then we're going to go and switch to our other long video. So I will be right back. Share the stream while I'm gone. Okay, we're back. I told you I wouldn't be very long. Okay. Let's get back into this thing. So, our next video, nurses are trying to kill you. This is, scary, well, not scary, but I'm guessing this is about serial killer nurses. And it's a Papa Meat video, so we know it's gonna be funny. So let's take a listen and a look.
Welcome back to the Papa Meat channel. How you doing? How you doing? Coming in and sitting down because today we're talking about nurses. Evil nurses at that. We've done doctors before. We've done all kinds of things. You know, it's like whenever someone peaks in high school and they can't let go of that power, so they become a local cop. That's how I feel about nurses. That's how I feel about catty bitches like cheerleaders and anything else. It feels like people that are trying to grasp on to a little bit of power they had in school, so they become nurses.
Ouch. You know, not all nurses are like that. Some nurses are very nice.
I know a lot of very gossipy nurse.
Oh, dude. Gossipy nurses, the amount of stuff that people snooping and doing whatever else. I mean, it feels like high school in some regards. And that doesn't mean that there isn't obviously medical professionals out there who go to school to work hard. But there's also a lot of nurses who don't do that. And they just kind of show up to their local hospital and they just apply. That's who I'm talking about, dude. Which going to the hospital can be a really stressful time. Whether you're getting surgery or a tetanus shot, or even just getting a checkup, it can put you on edge, dude.
It does. Going to the hospital fucking sucks. Like, I don't like going to the hospital at all.
Dude. And one thing that could...
And it's an extra step, like, it's an extra stress for me because I then have to be, like, as I'm going to the hospital and being sick and everything, I also have to advocate for myself as a blind person. So it's like, ugh.
Really put you at ease or send you into a chaos and oblivion is the quality of nurse that you have. When you think of nurses, what comes to mind? Kind, gentle, reassuring, right? Rude, never around. What if I told you that not all nurses are looking out for you and that some are even out to get you?
I believe it. I would totally believe it.
In fact, what if some nurses are just straight up evil? Today, we're going to talk about some of the worst nurses the world has ever seen. From hiring hitmen on patients to starting senior citizen fight clubs.
What the fuck? Senior citizen fight club? What the fuck?
Awesome. Let's get into it. Which the reason that we even wanted to get into this is not because I have some vendetta against nurses myself. Even though I have dealt with sad and decrepit nurses before in my past, both men and women. There was one thing recently that sparked me to take another look at nurses as of the kind of nursing care that people get. And it all started with a nurse who twerked on top of a disabled person's head.
Oh, that bitch. Yeah, we covered her on Friday, I think? Yeah, something like that. Friday.
We can't talk about horrible nurses without discussing what happened recently in Loganville, Georgia. A video by a 19-year-old nurse named Lucretia Coyen went viral showing her twerking on the disabled patients she was tending to. In the video, you can see her dancing and rubbing her genitals on the back of a patient's head. You know, and there's been a lot of controversy. You know, there's people being like, he doesn't look like he's having that bad of a time. And then there's some people being like, this man's gone, mentally gone. This is a very cruel thing to do. Which
it is. Like, it doesn't matter if he doesn't look like he's having a bad time. It's the principle of the situation. You know,
to me, I'm on that end. Let's not twerk and rub our pussies on top of disabled people's heads. Why even I have to say this? This feels like an obvious thing, Nick.
Well, what if he asked for it?
Okay, even if he asked for it, dude, I'd be like, that's a disabled man. I'm not going to listen to what this disabled man is saying.
If the disabled man says, "Can I see your titties?" Does that mean you show him your titties?
to me. She then pulls out a bottle of pills and places it in the patient's mouth. So not only doing a little snail trail on top of the person's head, getting down to some sick beats, now you pop out the pills and just medicate them. Sounds like a pretty good party, honestly. She was fired, arrested, and charged with a felony count for exploitation of a disabled person. It is expected that more charges will come after further investigations. With the rise of social media platforms, with people wanting to go viral and become famous from likes and clicks and all that stuff, this is by no means the first time a nurse has done something of this nature. This has happened many, many times.
And the big parts of it were there was a lot of crap during COVID that nurses were doing, like dances and shit on.
Will continue to happen forever as long as people are getting validation, little clickies online. I have a grandma in a nursing home. She's gone. I mean, she's mentally gone. And then we go over there, take a little JBL speaker, play a little Akon. Let's see what kind of trouble we can get into.
Can we twerk on her?
Yes. And then we can get into some of the nurses who have been mocking some of their patients. That's been a fun one. Which 4 labor and delivery nurses from Emory University Hospital Midtown joined in on an internet challenge that involved sharing your icks. You don't share your icks as a nurse, dude. No. Oh, this one. One of the icks that the nurses were complaining about were when patients asked for water and blankets.
Oh, fucking, I'm sorry. When you're trying to push out another human being and you're thirsty and cold, I'm sorry for asking for a water and a blanket.
He told you to push a call light, but every 5 minutes, your family member coming at the front desk asking for something else. Excuse me, can I have a blanket?
Ew! Really? You need water and a blanket?
Ew, you're complaining about your delivery that it hurts?
You realize...
You're cold while you're pushing... I was so fucking cold while I was in labor. It was insane. Like, and just after I gave birth too, I was fucking freezing. Like, I had like 3 or 4 blankets on me after I had the babies because I was so fucking cold. And it's true, like it's like you it's, you know how when you throw up you're cold, it's the same thing on a massive scale.
Women have been doing this since the beginning of time, right? The people in the video received tons of backlash for poking fun at people who are supposed to be experiencing one of the most intense and vulnerable moments in their lives. They're giving birth to a child. Can I just get some support, dude? Also, multiple people took to online to share their traumatizing experience dealing with the Emory nurses. These nurses have such a reputation that people they're flocking in droves being like, I have my own story of Emory nurses, dude. Such as a family losing their baby due to negligence.
Oh no, that's horrifying.
You was there when we asked so many questions on how my son passed away, and you played it off. Y'all all played it off, and 2 of y'all are in that video.
When are we ever gonna cover a video where there isn't some form of child death of some kind?
Right? Jesus Christ, Hunter, what is with you in these videos of just dead kids?
I seriously feel like every week it's just, how are we going to talk about kids dying this week? I feel like I'm going fucking crazy. The nurses involved were later fired. Yeah, good. And the hospital had to come out with a statement expressing their disappointment in their actions. Emory Healthcare is committed to providing an empathetic, high-quality care to our community, and our patients come first.
Is when you come in for your induction, talking about, can I take a shower and eat?
We are aware of TikTok videos that included disrespectful and unprofessional...
Can you take a shower and eat? Well, why not? Why shouldn't you be able to take a shower and eat?
Comments about maternity patients at Emory University Hospital Midtown.
You don't want any pain medicine, no epidural, but you are at an 8 out of 10 pain just to serve a pill.
We have investigated the situation and taken appropriate actions with the former employees responsible for the video.
When I think of nurses, I can think of some lasses that can actually drink me under the table. Okay, ball peen hammer all these nurses' finger joints. I'm Yeah.
When you're going room to room between one baby mama and your other baby mama. Oh, no. Ick.
This video does not represent our commitment to patients and family-centered care and falls far short of the values and standards we expect every member of our team to hold and demonstrate. At no time should our patients ever feel they are not being treated with care and respect. Every patient at Emory Healthcare deserves to be cared for by a compassionate, experienced team in a comfortable and safe environment.
Except that's not what's going on.
It's the unlimited trips to the nurses station for me.
From me to you at the Emory Midtown Health Care.
It's the unlimited trips to the nurses station for me. Bitch, do your job.
University thing. I also like how they had to make this statement after there was just like hundreds of people coming forward being like, it was the worst experience of my life. Or even someone just being like, my baby died due to negligence. And they're just like, ew, ick. I don't know about that.
There's a lot of response videos where women are like, I was going into labor, and the nurse was like, that's not possible. The woman would like put their hands in their vaginas and be like, I could feel the baby's head coming through.
That's insane. That is insane. Like literally shoving your hand up yourself and going, look, there's the head.
God. Imagine feeling your baby's head before the doctor. Imagine reaching down there and you're just like, there he is. Do you think you accidentally poked too hard, make a dent in the baby's head?
Oh.
That's what my mom did to me. And she broke my clavicle when I was a baby. We had to talk about nurses. My mom, I mean, she's not a nurse or anything, but when I was a baby, my clavicle broke. It's like you hold your baby under the armpits like that, and she'd dig her goddamn bony witch thumbs into my chest. And she's like, what's wrong with my baby?
Oh my god. Jesus Christ, Hunter, why are you telling such a horrible story about your mother?
I'm crying so much. I don't know if I've ever even talked about it. You know how many times in my life I've talked to my mom and been like, I'm in a rough spot. She's like, you're being crazy. No. I broke my foot. She made me walk on my foot. It was broken for a week. Just take some ice to school. It's just swollen. And I went and saw the x-ray. Foot just completely bone completely snapped. Complained a week about stomach pains. And she's like, you're just trying to get out of school. My appendix ruptured inside my body.
How are you still alive?
I don't know.
What the fuck? What the fuck, Hunter? What? Your mother sounds like a terrible person.
I'm so tired, I don't know. I'm just exhausted by it all.
Picture this. You're home alone when suddenly the worst happens.
Just don't forget the nurses who switch the babies because they're bored. Yep. Oh, like the 2 Australian nurses that made a TikTok joking how they would kill Israelis and hinting that they already had. I didn't hear about that. Now struck off and being investigated. Good. Oh, wow!
When suddenly the worst happens.
Oh, wow!
You have no one to run to, no one to yell to. You're all alone. This could have been easily avoided with the Meat Canyon Patreon. You get behind-the-scenes perks, monthly stickers, and support one of YouTube's most beloved channels.
I love that.
Imagine you lose a piece of your fucking skull. This is coming from the same hospital that has lost a piece of a man's skull and then charged him thousands of dollars for it. Imagine you lose a piece of your fucking skull that you've had it your whole, you grew it yourself, and someone loses it, and then all of a sudden they're just like, that's gonna be like $3,000. Which this man had to wait 2 weeks for a synthetic implant to be manufactured, and after the procedure, the man was charged $147,000, which included the price of the synthetic implant and extra time waiting in the hospital.
Fuck off! Oh my god! That is awful. That is fucking terrible. The hospital loses the piece of skull. and bills him for the replacement implant and the oh my
head,
God.
I don't know. And they're just like, we lost it. Well, I mean, weeks go by because you're like, well, my brain is exposed. And they're like, hey, by the way, half of your house's payment is what you owe. So good luck paying that back, asshole. That's not a piece of his fucking skull. That's half of his skull, Nick. He's losing half of his cap. It's like going to Lids and like they don't have the bill of the cap on the hat, dude. It's like that. It's not just a piece of the hat. You're missing the whole bill. God damn. Poor son of a bitch.
He was suing them.
Yeah, good.
Good. He should be. He should own the whole fucking hospital. That is fucking horrifying.
I hope he wins.
Well, the funny thing is they said that typically what they do, because he went in and they had to cut his head open, is that they tag and label the skull and they put it in a refrigerator.
You have to keep a skull chilled?
I guess.
That's a legitimate question. I don't know. If you cut out someone's skull, they're just like, put this on ice. I don't fucking know.
But the funny thing is, so when they went to go like look for it, they're like, huh, where is it? There's all these other skulls that are mislabeled, but it doesn't fit.
Oh, God, no. So some poor fucker has a misfitted skull piece in their head.
Stole a piece of his skull.
It's 100% some guy just being like, I mean, why? Look how many we have. If I just give him another one. Yeah, I'd be pissed too if half my skull was fake. And I'm like, because you lost the last one. I had a perfectly good skull. You lost it. Or we could talk about a nurse that was filming for flatlining patients. You ready to go to the hospital? You ready to get that big surgery done, buddy? The doctor's going to be in a moment. I hate when fucking people say that.
I know. Because the doctor's never in a moment. The doctor's always in like an hour later.
One guy, when I had my appendectomy, whatever, thing blew up like a goddamn hand grenade in my stomach. And he's like, ooh, yeah, you in pain, buddy? And I'm like, yes. And he's like, all right, well, the doctor's going to be right in to see you, okay? Talk about my ick, that's a ick for me. The doctor will be right in. And then hours pass.
Yep. You're like, oh, good, the doctor's coming. And then you hear the fucker walk past you 8 million times to see every other patient in the fucking hallway except you.
Be right in. He's right outside. I see him. He's probably walking to your door right now. Okay, bye. I can't stand it. Next time I go to the hospital, I'm just going to be like, put a bullet in my head, dude. Fucking put the bullet in my head. Anyways, we could talk about a nurse who was filming flatlining patients. In 2024, a Filipino content creator named Juliana Villafuerte. I need to get a Rosetta Stone.
Is it for English or for Spanish?
I think for just the entire world at this point. I can't even pronounce English names. I can't pronounce thing. A Filipino content creator can't say Juliana. She posted a video online in which she was enjoying her coffee on the job before being interrupted by a patient's cardiac monitor flatlining.
Oh, how annoying. I just want to have my coffee without my patient's flatlining. Is that too much to ask?
Which, according to Juliana, she says, and I quote, the patient's family members came to the ER weeping, and that's when it hit me. How life is just so short. What does that mean?
She was like basically saying like, you know, this patient dying and flatlining made me realize that life is short.
Oh, so she was like, this guy died and you saw me try, but I just couldn't do anything. She also filmed herself crying and discussing how hard her job is before doing an unboxing video. What was she unboxing? The thermometers? There's people online where it's like you set up your camera and you cry on camera. It feels a bit unprofessional, does it not, for a nurse to set up her camera? She's like, oh.
You're working.
Yeah, you don't know how hard my job is. Dude, that's the job you chose. That's it.
Yeah. You don't get how hard my job is, but you went to nursing school to become a nurse. We know how hard your job is.
Also, just like, why don't you fucking get off the phone and get in there and help some people? How many other people are flatlining right now? You only can get a good reaction if somebody else is filming you from far away. That's the best way to do it. Like that one woman at the Trump rally, whatever, who was like, ah!
The United States of America, Donald.
It's one of my favorite emotional moments online ever.
The screaming woman, yeah.
People were infuriated that she was using the death of a patient for her own personal life lesson. Oh shit, dude. What the Juliana, you're not Shakespeare, dude. In response to the backlash, she issued an apology statement only for someone to confirm that it was 100% created by AI. She couldn't muster the courage to write it herself. She had to use AI. Her university made an official statement about the incident, and she was given a slap on the wrist. God.
Of course she was. Because why would she not be given a slap on the wrist? Why would she be expected to do anything except just, now, Juliana.
Damn it, Juliana. Get back in there. Because of the incident, she has been given the title of Flatline Queen. You know, we were talking about life and death stuff, people stealing skulls and people doing dances and writing poetry while you're flatlining and dying. Now let's talk about a nurse who steals jewelry from dementia patients. It's a perfect crime. They'll never remember. Where'd it go? I always love when nurses talk to old people because it's like as if you have to talk to them like they're toddlers. I know there's going to be some...
They do talk to them like they're toddlers. It's really fucking annoying. It's very annoying. I don't understand.
Nurses too, being like, you don't realize the trenches you're in. Oh, I have to bathe the 17 old fucks all day.
We're making a lot of enemies.
Every video, I feel like people are just like, this motherfucker hates. He hates nurses. I hate the nurses that steal jewelry from dementia patients, dude. Yeah. I like to joke about them complaining about having to watch old people. Fuck you. I don't. You. Anyways, in 2024, 54-year-old nurse Stephanie Phillips Sawiak was charged with 3 counts of neglect, abuse, and exploitation of an elderly, as well as 3 counts of robbery and aggravated assaults.
What a lovely person. She just sounds just completely amazing and kindly, and what a lovely nurse.
4 years old, dude. Fucking friendly fire. She's just like, I gotta get you before they get me. It's nothing personal, Gladys. A woman called the Wellstar North Fulton Medical Center reporting that her 95-year-old mother lost her $1,000 gold chain link bracelet after being taken to the hospital in an ambulance. They didn't waste any time on that, did they? When's the last time you've seen a sharp 95-year-old dude? Also, with our sleep schedule, we're gone, dude.
I'm gone at 60.
It's gonna be a medical anomaly. If I make it to 60 and I don't die of a heart attack, I'm gonna become legally blind somehow. But they're like his eyes work, but somehow he's blind.
I'm sorry, that's just too funny for me to hear.
I can't see. In the investigation, it was revealed that Stephanie has a penchant for stealing jewelry off of defenseless patients in the hospital. Once again, easy crime. What can you do about it? Another victim, an 84-year-old dementia patient named Patricia Gaskins, was wearing several rings the day that she was admitted to the Fulton Medical Center after a painful fall. It's always such a fun way for old people to go down. Oh, they just fall down. I can't. And they just fall. Stephanie admitted to using hand sanitizer to help her slip the jewelry off her fingers.
Oh, let me just sanitize your hands for you, honey. Let me just slip them rings off to make sure they're nice. Your fingers are nice and clean. Pocket.
Are you my son? Later, when Gaskins was discharged, she discovered that she dislocated her finger. God damn! Over some fucking JCPenney rings? Holy hell, dude.
JCPenney fucking rings? Oh my god, that's pathetic.
Doctors also found a crack in the bone from how aggressively Stephanie tried to squeeze the rings off. In total, 4 rings were stolen from Gaskins. And Gaskins' daughter was infuriated, stating, and I quote, I can't explain the feeling that came over me from horror, nausea, and wanting to scream. You lose faith in humanity at that moment.
Well, yeah.
This happened in a place where someone is supposed to be cared for. Stephanie was ultimately booked in the Fulton County Jail on a $140,000 bail and was told by the judge to no longer work as a nurse or come in contact with anyone over the age of 75.
Jesus Christ. You just stay away from old people. What about my grandparents? Yes, them too. Stay away from them.
You even look at somebody over the age of 75. We will come down on you, Stephanie. Do you understand? Sure. Or we could talk about a nurse who breaks babies' bones.
Oh!
Maybe for fun? I don't know. Let's find out.
No, let's not. Do we have to find out about that?
A nurse from Virginia named Erin Elizabeth Ann Strotman was charged with 1 count of felony child neglect after horrific actions taken against NICU patients at Henrico Doctors Hospital.
NICU patients? Oh, that's even worse. That's even worse.
NICU means neonatal intensive care unit, which is a hospital ward that tends to premature newborn babies, whatever. So preemie babies, dude. They have to have their little CPAP machines to stay alive. You get it. During Christmas Eve of 2024, god damn, dude, recent. 7 weeks ago? Man, good lord. 7 weeks ago, hospital employees found out that several NICU babies suffered fractures. This was not the first time it had happened, as employees were met with a similar situation from the summer of 2023.
Several babies. This woman was doing this to several fucking... This is terrible. Fucking wood chipper this bitch.
How did that just get swept under the rug? They're fragile. I don't know. In one instance, the Wacky family recalls admitting their premature infant in September of 2023, only to find that it had a broken leg 7 days later. Would you not raise hell? But then there probably someone's coming, it's normal. It's fine, he's a baby. He's fine. See, it's happy. He's a preemie baby. With 7 cases of NICU injuries, an investigation began, which led to the arrest of 26-year-old Aaron Strotman. No mugshots flattering, but that one right there. Oh, I don't know why, but I think it's a Pink Panther theme song. I don't know why.
What a terrible woman. Like, holy shit. What a horrible, horrible bitch.
Yeah, I think of that. In court, Dominique Wacky broke down. He stated, "My son was one of her first victims. My son's first emotion was pain. And as a father," that's actually tragic to think about. How do you not go over? You just don't beat the shit out of these people.
You know what? Like, fuck the law. Fuck the law dealing with them and giving them justice. I need to beat the crap out of them.
I want to tell you, come on, I always say something, just fucking... That kind of thing, that's what I'd want to do, dude. Dominique and his wife had already experienced 2 miscarriages before their first child was assaulted. Our next video is going to be how to have a happy day, is what it's going to be called.
Yeah. How to have a happy day with Hunter and
now
Nick.
faces up to 10 years in prison and 20 more for malicious wounding charges. She is only formally charged for one of these cases, but she is a suspect in 7 other cases. I'm gonna go on a limb and say the crazy bitch that's breaking preemie babies' legs is probably the one that's doing the other ones. And if that's the case, can we not just take a sledgehammer and every day you just re-break her bones every
I agree. I agree. Let's do that.
day for the rest of her life, and you shave her fucking head, razor it down to be like a baby.
Yep.
Her bones are forever broken until she comes back like the fucking Elephant Man. Or we could talk about nurse bangs patient left to die of heart attack. Okay, first off, we need to be better about writing these titles. They sound like those magazine covers. It's like a newspaper. Nurse bangs patient left to die of heart attack.
I love the newsreel sound he had in that.
Can we not make it a bit more human? In Wrexham, Wales, 42-year-old nurse named Penelope Williams was contacted by a long-term dialysis patient, saying he was feeling unwell. Penelope visited the man in his car and spoke to him for about 35 to 40 minutes before he suddenly died while they were talking. You think whenever this thing happens, I don't know, I'm sure somebody in the comments will know. If you're sitting there talking in the car, is there any point where you're just like, I feel horrible? Or is it just something where you're just like talking and you're just like, you get hit?
You're just talka dead. Yeah. Ghost dead.
Well, I think in this case, since they were banging, he was probably got too excited.
In a panic, she began calling colleagues in tears and asking for help. She was told to call emergency dispatch or
No shit! Call fucking the ambulance, you dumb bitch.
That she strangely ignored even after being begged to. After investigating, it was discovered that Penelope had been having an affair with her husband with this patient for over a year behind her employees' backs. Oopsie. Wow. They would sneak off to have sex with each other, the last time being in his car.
Get in the fucking Volvo. Let's rump in the Volvo.
During the act, the patient died of a heart attack and was left by the nurse with his trousers down for the emergency units to discover.
Oh my god, she couldn't even pull his fucking pants up for him? That's undignified. Come on now. At least pull his pants up, woman.
He's butting the guy back up, dude. Because also, if you die like that, he's just got to have a stiffy forever, right? After initially lying about her reasons for meeting up, she eventually came clean. Today, she can no longer work as a nurse. I always hate these comments where they're just like, oh, all the good nurses get fired. You know what I mean? It's the same kind of shit when it's like a hot teacher and they like a 14-year-old kid and they're just like, where was she when I was younger? Look how creepy that is.
Yeah, it is very creepy. Like, why would you want to be statutorily raped? I don't understand. I really don't understand the wish for that.
It's so creepy. Let's change gears just a little bit. We talk about a nurse who hires a hitman. In 2013, a 23-year-old Cleveland Clinic nurse offered $10,000 to an ER patient to act as his personal hitman. Andrew Martin was enraged over a lengthy dispute with an elderly female that happened to be a former patient at the hospital he worked at. Andrew planned to forcefully take ownership of her home, which belonged to her deceased brother. To do this, he began by sifting through her medical records at the hospital and passed them on to his associate that worked in residence property repair and rehabilitation. This man used the documents to assert that he was in a relationship with the patient, going as far as to make a fake deed to claim ownership of the house.
What the fuck kind of Mission Impossible weird shit is this?
After a long battle in probate court, Martin had lost. This only infuriated him more. He believed this 70-year-old lady was trying to mess up his life, attempting to take her out of the picture permanently. Martin began speaking to the patient about potential hitman job, asking if he'd ever hurt or killed someone before. And after
typical classy Wrexham tart.
The patient had shot someone in the leg once, he decided to offer him $10,000 to kill the elderly former patient. Like, he's just like, you're perfect. I'm gonna give you $10,000. I want you to kill this old woman. It was an accident. I shot him in the leg. He then told the man to, quote, put 4 in her head and make it look like a robbery.
4?
What a guy. Shocked at such an insane offer.
4 in her head. Why not just 2? Why do we need 4?
The patient immediately spoke to the police and had Andrew Martin arrested. Yeah, like I was just like, yeah, this guy came in and I told him about a hunting accident I had once and he offered me to kill somebody.
I showed up for a hunting accident and I was pressed into service as a hitman.
And dumbass. He eventually pleaded guilty as the evidence was stacked against him. In court, he had to pretend that the wiretap phone call of him talking to the potential hitman was in fact not his voice. It's pretty funny.
No, that's not me. Why does it sound exactly like you while you're talking right now? Oh, but it's not me.
I feel like the guy wants you to shoot her once in the head. No, shoot her twice. No, 3 times. In the end, he was sentenced to 12 years in prison. Actually, he gets out this year. Hey! Welcome back, buddy! One thing is people in these fields stealing other people's medication. There's so many hard drugs that happen, and this is a case of a nurse stealing fentanyl for herself.
Of course. Of course, we're stealing fentanyl.
Annie Marie Schofield, a nurse from Oregon, was accused of drug diversion at Asante Rogue Regional Hospital starting in 2022. During her time there, it was discovered that she had been stealing liquid fentanyl from the patients she was treating in the intensive care unit. In return, she would replace the IV bags with tap water, which...
Dude! Liquid fentanyl is potent shit. That patient had to have been in a lot of pain to require
Schofield
that.
didn't realize is that sending tap water directly into someone's veins can lead to central line infections. Cases like this started to rise rapidly, specifically throughout the ICU. An investigation spanning 7 months had begun. Schofield was no longer working at the hospital at the time, but voluntarily agreed to suspend her license as the case was being looked into. There was enough evidence after conducting numerous interviews to indict the former nurse of 44 counts of second-degree assault.
Jesus Christ. 44 accounts. That is insane.
How much goddamn fentanyl do you need? I guess at that point she's probably selling it. I mean, I don't know. I'm just saying. Fentanyl, you can't roll the dice too many times on that one before you slip up, you know what I mean? One of the victims happened to be a 65-year-old named Horace Wilson that suffered severe injuries after falling off a ladder. While admitted, the tap water Schofield put into his system led to an infection that ultimately killed him because...
Oh, Jesus. That's terrifying. Not me, it was my evil twin.
This, she's also being cited in a wrongful death lawsuit as well. Yeah, dude. murderer. Is that not murder?
Yeah.
Lastly, we're going to talk about 3 nurses from North Carolina accused of starting a fight club at an elderly home.
What the fuck? Accused of starting a fucking elderly fight club. That's insane.
Well, that does sound funny, and I did chuckle. That is extremely messed up. In 2019, Marilyn McKee, Tanisha Tyson, and Tanisha Jordan faced assault charges for instigating a brawl between 2 senior citizens. It started with 2 of them filming McKee as she shoved an older woman into her room, turned off her lights, and forced her to go to bed.
Now you will go to sleep, or I will put you to sleep.
Over time, their physical abuse would escalate. Later,
the fuck?
According to the court documents, 3 of them convinced and encouraged a 73-year-old woman and another 7-year-old to fight each other, both of which had dementia and other cognitive disabilities.
Oh, that's just wonderful. Get the 2 demented people to fight each other and film it. That's just how lovely.
I'm laughing, but that's just because that's insane. And dementia patients slapping the shit out of each other. Once again, the thought is funny, but that is disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. The older victim pleaded for the other woman to let her go.
Especially because dementia patients can do a lot of damage to each other. Like, a lot.
To defend herself, she began choking the younger woman until her face went completely red. The entire fight was later uploaded to social media. And eventually, a supervisor came to break things up. All 3 staff members were fired, and a police investigation led to each of them being charged for assaulting an individual with a disability.
Well, yeah. Of course.
I feel like there should be more punishment for that. You're messing with someone who has basically no mind. Where's the humanity there? Once again, on paper, you read that at a glance, I'm laughing. I'm sorry. It's crazy. I have to preface this stuff now because we keep getting all this heat from all these different communities of people.
Wait, really? He keeps getting hate comments? That sucks. That really sucks because he's obviously not like agreeing with this shit.
Cyclists are on my back. Trading card people are on my back. World of Warcraft people are on my back. You know, we talk about these videos and it doesn't mean I'm lumping in every nurse as a horrible person. I'm saying that there are always cases in every facet of life where there is going to be somebody who is a bad egg in a batch.
Yeah.
Right? It happens. A nurse doing something to maliciously affect you is such a horrifying concept when you're in a hospital or some place where you are obviously very vulnerable and you're looking at these people to take care of you. It
is a horrifying concept. It freaks me right out thinking about it. Like, the nurses that I've dealt with at the local hospital here have been really, really good so far. I've been very happy with how I've been treated. There was apparently a really bad nurse when I was a baby who couldn't find my vein to place an IV, and like literally was just poking me all over the place and making me scream. But the one nurse I do remember was when I put myself in the mental hospital when I was 18, and they were like, it took me until about 5 a.m. to get a bed, and then 8:30 line came up, and the nurses was like, "Good morning, it's time to wake up now," and I'm like, "Coffee," and they're like, "We don't serve coffee on this ward," and I'm like, "Then get out." Like, it was oh, I remember that very, very well. But yeah, that but I am going to be ending here. I can't believe we covered all those videos in 2 hours. We did it. We did it, you guys. So, I'm gonna go put my crazy jumping around children to bed. Because that's what they need. It's 9 o'clock. And they need to go to bed. And then I will be back to have a tea and go play some Diablo. So, I hope you guys had fun with the commentary stream. I will see you guys in a little bit, probably in about 45 minutes. And thank you guys for watching, and I will see you then on Twitch. So have a fantastic night. Thanks for watching.